Interpretation of verse 43 of Surah Al-Baqarah. As Sa'di wrote, the command to bow with those bowing implies the performance of group prayers. It follows from this that group prayers are obligatory and that waist bows are related to the pillars of prayer. The last conclusion follows from the fact that Allah called prayer a bow, and if part of the rite of worship is mentioned to refer to this rite of worship as a whole, then the said part of it is obligatory. It is reported that Abu Hurairah said that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, the common prayer is 25 times greater than the prayer of one who prays at home or in the market. Indeed, if one of you performs ablution properly and then goes to the mosque for the sole purpose of performing prayer, then for each step he takes, Allah will surely elevate him by 1 degree and remove one sin from him until he enters the mosque. When he enters there, it will be considered that he is engaged in prayer all the time, while prayer keeps him there, and the angels will bless him all the time while he remains in the place of prayer, saying, God, forgive him. God, have mercy on him. And this will last until he is defiled. This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, Al-Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud, and others. Interpretation of verse 46 of Surah Al-Baqarah. It is reported from the words of Ubadi as Samit that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, Allah desires to meet with those who desire to meet him. If someone does not want to meet Allah, then Allah does not want to meet him. Then Aisha, one of the wives of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, but death is unpleasant for us. He said, this is not about that. When death comes to a believer, he is rejoiced with the news of the contentment and mercy of Allah, and nothing is dearer to him than what awaits him ahead, and therefore he desires a meeting with Allah, and Allah desires a meeting with him. As for the unbeliever, then, verily, when death comes to him, he is gladdened by the news of torment from Allah and punishment, and nothing is more hateful for him than what awaits him ahead, and therefore he does not want to meet Allah, and Allah does not want to meet him. This hadith was reported by Al-Bukhari and Al-Darimi. Its essence was also conveyed by Ahmad, Muslim, at Tirmizi, and An-Nas'i. Interpretation of verse 57 of Surah Al-Baqarah. It is reported from the words of Sa'id Zaid that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, truffles are like manna, and their liquid is medicine for the eyes. This kalith was transmitted by Amal, Al-Bukhari. Muslim, at Tirmizi, Ibn Majah and others. Interpretation of verse 58 of Surah Al-Baqarah. T is reported from the words of Abu Hurairah that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, it was said to the children of Israel, enter the gate, bow down and say, forgive us. They were ordered to say, Hidatin. However, they entered crawling on their buttocks and replaced this word with another, saying, Hintadan. This is what they called the seat in the ear. This hadith was narrated by Al-Bukhari and Muslim.